Welcome to Beyond Profile. Today's November 29th, last couple days of November. Let's take a look at where we're at. We're higher again this morning, gapping up over yesterday's close, but pulling in. We actually hit very close to some daily sell levels up here this morning at 1206 and working our way back down right now to 1196. Yesterday's closing price right around that 91 area. So you can see that once we get up into this gap area here, you're getting some selling coming in. I've put a composite profile in here since we broke down just before the end of August, I should say the beginning of August, the end of July. You could see how where value was. The red section represents where value resides for that 4-month period. And when we were up here in our P formation, looking like we were going to break and continue to go higher, we obviously failed it, and we pulled ourselves back into the value area. So this is, somewhat of a failed structure up here, if you will, where it tried to go higher, trying to work its way back up into that 1300. This breaks down into the prior value, and really about the midpoint. The highest volume node actually is 1190 here on this. For that profile for the last few months since August. What's also interesting too, on Friday, which was a low volume day, a lot of us weren't even trading. They came down into some key levels down here, this 1150 area on the ES, and then yesterday morning, obviously, we woke up to a very large gap open. And now we actually have the potential for an island bottom reverse. So if you look at, you have a gap here, you also have a gap here, and you have the gap from yesterday morning. So if in fact they're truly going to buy this market and it's going to continue to run higher here, what's going to happen is that if we end up leaving this as an island bottom reversal, this could be a very bullish development. And again, when we get back to this level here, the breakdown area, obviously that would be a change of polarity because that we broke down from that level. The midpoint of that would be like about 1242. So as I told the room yesterday, what we need to continue to watch for is whether or not they continue to buy this market. And one of the concerns yesterday going into the close, if you look at the last few minutes of trade, was people were covering shorts. All right, there's some buy programs kicked in at the end of the day, and the markets took off and rallied for almost 8 points within the last 15 minutes. So those kind of things you've got to pay close attention to and watch as the market is telling us what it's trying to do here. Because as I said yesterday in the room, I'm not, again, I would love nothing more to see this gap, get filled, come all the way back down through the range, and we get another shot at this 1150 area in the regular session when we're here trading. Versus having been handed a gap open yesterday and then having to deal with that in our regular trading session. But again, this morning we're going to be gapping up, but it looks like we're going to be giving back pretty much all of it here. We're 1196. We're only 4 points from settlement, so we know that the sellers came in at those levels up here at that 1206 at the standard deviation levels on the daily retracement. So this morning, going to be another interesting day. Of course, we'd watch for settlement, yesterday's point of control area for some entries in this market and see whether or not they're going to hold those levels for us in order for us to get on the train this morning. Going on in the ES, again, structurally speaking, it's a mess. All right, when you're getting these gap downs, really big swings in the market, we're not having much. When we were in this balance area, you can clearly see what we had going on. We were having the higher lows, lower highs. We were building structure, we were building balance area. Not to say that we're not doing it in a smaller time frame here. We're just with these gap ups and gap downs, it's a lot of opportunity as a day trader. But when you're looking for a real true direction in the market, it puts things on hold short term here in order to try to pick a direction, if you will. So you need to be limber and just trade the daily ranges when you see them. Yesterday we waited almost for the first initial balance, the 1 hour highs and lows to be established before even taking a trade, because at that point you've got a little bit better idea as to what the markets are trying to do. And when we failed to go outside of the IB, we were looking for a retracement back to the IB from yesterday, and sure enough, by the end of the day we actually ended up getting all the way back down to that level. So keep that in mind. All right, folks, have a good trading day, and we'll see you in the room.